So here this it is on project management, so it is flexible enough and the collaboration will be very high. And here there is a continuous improvement in the project, and here that is a continuous improvement in the project. So if I want to say in layman term, what is meant by agile? I want to say in layman term, what is it? Agile is something, it is, it will prioritize the communication. First thing I'll say, it will prioritize the communication. So prioritize the communication, and again the collaboration between the team members will be high. The collaboration between the team members will be very high. And adaptability, and I can say adaptability to help the team, adaptability to help the team deliver the high quality software, adaptability to help the team in order to deliver the high quality software. The main reason we are moving into this agile is it is an automated, somewhat it is an automation in order to deliver the product so quickly, in order to deliver the product so quickly to the customer. Instead of like in waterfall model, like we have some particular time frame, like after 6 months only we will be showcasing the demo to the client itself. Then only after the client approval only it will be released to the customer. But here immediate effort, the parallelly both developers and testers will be working on parallelly. Both developers and the testers will be working on parallelly in order to release the software or release the application quickly and efficiently and quality to the customer. Quality to the customer. So everyone is focusing here in order to deliver some high quality application. Everyone is working as a team over here. Everyone is working as a team in order to deliver the high quality application. In Agile, main thing is right, everyone are equal. Everyone are equal. There is no like you are a manager, I'm a senior tester, I'm a junior lead, or any like DevOps engineer. It was nothing like that. Everyone in the Agile team are equal. That is Agile like manifesto, I can say, or Agile principle, I can say. Everyone are equal in the team. Everyone should take the responsibility. Everyone should take the ownership. Every individual interaction should be there. Every individual ideas or like interaction or any suggestion or improvement ideas, like it will be acceptable. If it is a valid suggestion, definitely it will be acceptable. So each and individual contribution should be given in the agile team. It does not bother if you are new to the team or if you are junior in the team. Not like that. Like even if you are junior, you have some valid suggestion, right? If you are coming into a new company, if you are feeling like if you do this, it may improve our performance, or it may improve our execution time, or it may optimize our cost, definitely you can give the suggestion. If it is a valid suggestion, definitely they will accept. That is why I'm saying everyone are equal over here, and there are multiple roles. I will come to the roles today later, but everyone as of now think agile is nothing but it is an Agile is nothing but it is an iterative and incremental approach. Agile is nothing but it is an iterative and incremental approach, which means developers and testers will be working parallelly in order to give some high quality application. In with combining with the DevOps team, developers and testers combining with the DevOps team in order to give the customer or deliver the customer with the high quality application. That is the reason we are moving into the Agile. And again, what are the advantages in Agile? Let's see what are the advantages in Agile. Then we'll come to know why we are moving into Agile. So first I'll say the advantages. While finishing this session, I'll say the disadvantages and I'll explain about the introduction of DevOps. Agile, right here, the requirement changes. If there is any changes in the requirement, it will be accepted. The requirement changes are accepted at any time from the customer or accepted from the customer. Unlike waterfall model, if customer gives any requirement in the middle of a phase, customer gives any requirement in the middle of the phase, we won't accept in water model. What we will say, right, till this phase is completed. Once then you come back to again, we can put a requirement, again we can put an agreement, and then a requirement analysis, feasibility study, then design develop, then we can do these changes. But in Agile, there is no such restriction. Customer can give, see, this customer is not we, I don't want to confuse you. It is a client. Customer is not us, it is a client. client can give any changes in the middle of the phase as well. Client can give any changes on the middle of the phase as well. Again, we will be accepting those changes as well. If you want to insert, or if you want to modify, or if you want to delete some feature or functionality from the phase which you are working on, from the application which you are working on, definitely we will accept. For example, I'll text this. I'll go for again Amazon.in example itself. For example, let's consider our team is working on this particular login page. First time, client does not give the requirement in order to include this by continuing you agree to Amazon conditions of use and privacy notice functionality. It has been not included while giving the requirement. But suddenly customers comes in and ask you to include this feature. Definitely we will be accepting that, and we will be including that feature as well in the current phase itself, in the current development itself. We won't say to the customer, no, we cannot include, come back to the next phase, or wait till the next phase, or wait till the development is complete. We won't tell to the customer. In waterfall, we will tell like that, but in Agile, we won't tell. We will accept any new changes, or if customer feels like I don't want this needle button, better remove from my earlier requirement. I gave this needle button, but now I feel I don't want this needle button in this login page. Better you remove this. Definitely, it will also be removed. So if you want to insert or modify or delete any feature or any functionality or any module with from the phase which you are working on, definitely it will be accepted. There is no denying and all. There is no request denying and all. Definitely it will be accepted. So because of this client, no need to wait. No need to wait till the phase is completed. No need to wait till the phase has been will be completed. So if we accept any changes, right? So you don't want to wait till the phase is completed. Again, here what happened? Customer is very much satisfied. Customer satisfaction has been very much satisfied. And in waterfall model, if you deny to the customer, definitely they will get irritated. Right? Take one example. Like we are going for one juice shop. We are going for one juice shop. First, we'll be ordering some, for example, I'm just ordering some orange juice first. First, I'm ordering the orange juice first. Just we have ordered, and then server guy went back to the kitchen, and then still it has been not prepared. Or they started preparing, still it has been not prepared. Like kitchen chef or any juice maker not prepared, started preparing the orange juice which you have ordered. At that time, you suddenly thinks, right? I don't need orange juice. I need now. I need the apple juice. So if you suddenly go and inform to that server, like I don't want the orange juice, please make a change to the apple or any pomegranate juice. If server denies your request, definitely you will be getting irritated. If server denies your request, no, like once you have ordered, you cannot do any changes. Once you have ordered, you cannot order any more thing as well. First time order is the final order. You cannot order any other items as well. You cannot order any other item. Definitely will get irritated. Right? That is the same reason happening in the waterfall model. But in Agile, you can order anything. You can cancel the order anytime. You can order any number of items. You can include or modify or do any changes with the items which you have ordered. The items which you have ordered. That is called Agile. So here, customer satisfaction very high. Obviously, like whatever we say, if you are going to that particular shop, if you are your request has been accepted, whenever you do any changes or modifications or any new items you are ordering, if your request has been continuously accepted and they are pleasing you, definitely we will like that shop and we will go back to that shop again and again whenever we go to that place. That is the reason Agile comes into the picture. So every company started following Agile, which means customers, because of the customer satisfaction. Every customer we should satisfy because they are giving money, because they are paying some huge crore amount as a salary to us, amount to the company. See, for example, how the IT companies will charge, right? Per person they will charge. For example, per person, if CTS, right? CTS will, for example, if you're working as in the fourth client from the CTS, but you're working for the fourth client. You are in CTS company, you are being hired by the CTS, but the project is full. But your project is full. But your project may be Amazon, but your project may be Facebook or any other small companies as well. But CTS is your payroll. This is who is giving your salary. CTS is the company who is giving the salary. CTS have lakhs and lakhs of customers or the clients. Like one of the clients is full. For example, they will charge for you. Like, see, I have hired one DevOps guy, or I have one hired from development guy. I need this much of amount per month. I need, for example, I need 2 lakhs per month. Like I need 2 lakhs per month. Maybe 5 lakhs per month. But they will be giving you only 1 lakh or 1.5. Remaining everything goes to CTS. Remaining goes to CTS. Only they will be giving you salary as 1 lakh. The remaining 4 lakhs will be taken by the CTS. They will be charging for their maintenance. They will be charging for the system they are providing, broadband charges, everything they will take. And that's why, that's how they will charge from the customer. For you, client will be paying 5 lakh amount per month, but CTS will be paying only 1 lakh. Remaining 4 lakh they will take. So this is how every, not only CTS, every other companies are following the same actually. So this is how it will happen. I'm not coming into this salary part at all. And again, I'll go back to the Agile. So here, customer satisfaction will be very high. Here, how we will work, right? We will not work as a complete module. We will not work as a complete module. Here, whole team works together. As I said, everyone are same here. Everyone will work as a team in order to give the high quality software to the application. Here, whole team works together in order to achieve one goal. What is the goal? High quality software. What is my one goal? In order to give the customer high quality application. In order to give the customer high quality application. Here, whole team works together in order to achieve one goal. That is what high quality application. And here, as I said, we are following the iterative and the incremental approach. We are following the iterative and the incremental approach. I will come back what is iterative and incremental at all. So here, as I said, there will be a good communication. There will be a good communication between the teams, between the developers, testers, DevOps, client or managers, whoever is in the team. There will be a good communication between them in order to deliver the again high quality software. And again, since waterfall is suitable for only the small project, this Agile suitable for small as well as large projects also. We can handle with the help of Agile. It suits small as well as the large projects as well. So these are the advantages which you have. And Agile has some more principles. Agile has some principles. There are 4 principles, like I can say manifesto. I can say it is an Agile manifesto or the principles as well. There are 4 principles in Agile. First one is individuals and interactions over the process and tools. Individuals and interaction over the process and tools. What is meant by individual and interaction over process and tool? In this itself, there is some understanding. Individual interaction over process and tools, which means it mainly emphasizes the importance of communication and collaboration between the team members. It mainly focuses on like more on like it is not focusing on tools or any processes and all. Main focus is to team interaction. Individual contribution and team interaction should be very high. Here, team members should focus on working together and communicating effectively in order to achieve the goal of a project. That is what individuals and interaction. What is my individual? Here, team members. Here, team members will focus on, or not will, it is should. Team members should focus on working together and communicating effectively to achieve the goal. What is again the goal? High quality software is my goal, and in order to deliver to the customer very in a quick time, in a short time. That is what our goal. Both our goal is like one goal is in order to give the high quality software. Second goal is in order to deliver the product quickly to the customer. So this is what individuals and interaction over tools and process. Next thing is working software. Next thing is working software over comprehensive documentation. Working software over comprehensive documentation. What does mean by working software? Again, in this itself, we have some hint. Working software over comprehensive document. Again, here, what they are saying, right? Rather than focusing on too heavily on documenting the development process and all, just focus on the development process. Just focus upon your quality of our application. Rather than doing some documentation work, just focus upon your application, how it can be improved. Give some suggestion. Think about the optimizing the performance. Think about improving our application rather than doing some documentation works and all. Just don't concentrate on the documentation work. Concentrate on your application. Concentrate on your product. Concentrate on how we can improve, how we can give the high quality software to the customer. Like that, we can just contribute. And again, in waterfall, they will focus upon high documentation. Everything will be documented perfectly. And again, it is also advantages. Waterfall, everything will be documented perfectly. Even if you come back after 10 years, the documentation will speak. Documentation, the clear documentation will be available in waterfall. What we have done, how we have developed, how we have tested, how it has been released, how many defects has been identified, how it has been resolved. Everything will be documented properly. But in Agile, what they are saying, right? Instead of working on high documentation or heavy documentation, do some documentation, but don't focus on documentation only. Focus on more on application. Focus more on our software in order to give the high quality, which means here main focus is to documentation should be minimal. There should be a document, but do some minimal document. Don't spend your whole time in documentation itself. Focus someone in your application. So documentation should be minimal and focus on what is necessary to build an high quality software, build an high quality application. Build that high quality application. Okay, this is one also a good manifesto as well. You don't want to waste time in the Excel sheet or any word in preparing the documentation and all. Focus upon your application. Okay, good. Next manifesto is customer collaboration. Customer collaboration over contract negotiation. Customer collaboration over contract negotiation. What is mean by customer collaboration over contract negotiation? So what they are saying, right? Be again customer, here I am referring the client. Don't confuse with the customer. We are the customer, but client also. For the CTS, Ford is the customer, right? For Amazon, we are the customer. For CTS, Ford is the customer. Everyone has a customer. Okay. So customer collaboration over the contract negotiation, which means customer feedback or involvement are crucial to the success of the product. Client feedbacks and involvement should be crucial. It should be the success of the project, and we should collaborate with the client in order to ensure the software is successfully meeting their requirements and all. So we need to work closely with the customer and involving in the development process. What they are saying, work closely with the customer or client, work closely with the client, so that they come to know if there is any changes. If the client does not satisfy that while doing the development itself, immediately we can change. Instead of after developing and testing, after showing to the client, while developing itself, client will be like seeing what you are developing and all. At the time, if they are not satisfied, immediately we can change, right? Early defect we can identify, or earlier itself we can change requirement itself. If client not satisfied with the development process, immediately they will be giving a feedback. We can again modify and we can satisfy the customer what they are expecting and all. So instead of waiting after all the application development completed, testing has been done, and after the deployment, client checks, and if they reject, the whole work we have done has been completely wasted. And whole work we have done is completely wasted. That is what happened in waterfall. But here we need to work closely with the client and their feedback and their feedback and involvement. Their feedback and involvement in the development process. In order to get succeeded. in order to get succeeded in the project, in order to get succeeded in the project or the requirement or the high quality software. Final manifesto is responding. Final manifesto is res- responding to the change over following a plan. Responding to a change over following a plan. What is already I have seen one in advantages itself, I have seen this. Ajay, this manifesto is emphasize the importance of flexibility and ability in order to like adapt the changes in the requirement. So that like team should be prepared in order to change. If there is any change given by the customer or any insertion or deletion or do modify in the application, we should be ready to, in order to immediately modify to the customer requirement. Instead of saying that no, we cannot accept the new change. Like it is not given in the requirement, I cannot do this change. If you say that, again customer will be getting irritated. That is the reason, respond to the change over following a plan. If there is any changes, in the requirement, if there is any changes in the requirement, immediately we should be ready to modify or adapt those, not modify, I can say adapt those changes as well. So that customer will be satisfied, and again the customer requirement will be met as well. So that is the reason we are moving into Ajay, and we have 4 principles. Which one is, first one is individuals and interacting over process and tools, and working software over comprehensive documentation, and customer collaboration over the client contract negotiation, and responding to the change over the plan. Responding to the change over the plan. Is any doubt till now?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, after completing the application also we can change the some
Yes,
some
yes,
plans,
we
sir.
can. Yes, we can. Anytime you can change.
Okay. When we are submitting to the application to that client, then afterwards also is possible to change that.
Before
plan,
submitting
sir?
itself, and that is what the third manifesto is. Before submitting itself, they will be monitoring or continuously working with you. In each and every development phase, daily they will be having we will be having a call with them, or they will be joining in our meeting in order to check what is happening, how the development is going. At that time itself, they will give the feedback. They won't wait till the submission and all. Okay, yeah.
Okay, sir.
Is others any doubt? Is others? Let's quickly confirm. Okay. So this Agile has 2 frameworks actually. This Agile has 2 frameworks. What are the frameworks which we have is Scrum and other one is Kanban. There are 2 processes. One is Scrum and other one is Kanban. The one which is most widely used framework is Scrum. Most of the companies are into Scrum framework. And we have Kanban, somewhat similar, but what they are they will be following some visually like chart basis report, and like more focusing upon documentation. Again, here they will focus on not the Excel documentation, the visual documentation. They will be preparing the charts, they will be preparing the report in the chart basis and all. And again, no one is preferring Kanban. We'll go into Scrum. What is Scrum actually? And again, Scrum is a process or a framework in Agile. Scrum is a process or the framework in Agile. So everyone are into the Scrum process. Here we have one term called sprint. We have one term called sprint. So which means 2 weeks to maximum of 4 weeks we can have one sprint. I will come back to what is mean by sprint and all. Here we are following a sprint process. here either IT companies may be following the 2 week sprint or the 4 week sprint, 2 week sprint or the 4 week sprint. Everyone are working here as a team. Who are in the Scrum team? Who and all there in the Scrum team? BA will be there, or we can also call him as a product owner. BA or the product owner. There is one guy called Scrum Master. There is one guy called Scrum Master. Who is the Scrum Master? Who have done the Agile certification. Who have done the Agile certification, Master in Agile. That guy will be appointed as a Scrum Master. That guy will be appointed as a Scrum Master. What are their roles? I'll come back now. There will be a development team, testing team. There will be a DevOps team. So everyone are a Scrum team. It may be a senior role or it may be a junior role, not when come into the Agile. You are as a Scrum team. Everyone are equal over here. Everyone contribution is important and everyone should work. Everyone should be assigned the same number of process. And it is an Scrum is a framework, I can say, where we can build the software product by following some Agile principles. Agile principles. And again, what is the role of this product owner or the BA? What is the role of the BA? As I said yesterday, what is the role of BA? BA will be getting the requirement from the client and will be giving to other development team or the Scrum team. See here, product owner, PO or BA is the first point of contact. If you have any clarification or if you have any doubt about the requirement, you don't want to directly interact with the client and all. Just to go and reach out to the product owner or the BA because he is the one who is getting the requirement from the customer. He knows very well about what is the requirement and what we are going to work on. So because he is preparing that requirement document, which we get from the customer. So he is the first point of contact if you have any doubt. As I said, he or she will get an input from the customer. He or she will get an input from the customers. Yes, she will get an input from the customers. Okay. And he defines the feature of our product. He defines the features of the product, what needs to work, and he is going to prioritize the feature, which needs to be developed first, which needs to be developed later. Everything this BA or product owner will be priorities because client first contact will be product owner. Your first contact will be a product owner. Here again, as I said yesterday, he will act as an intermediate. He will act as an intermediate. For example, this is the client and we are the development team. It is a product owner. So again, I'll just put is a client, is a development team where we have testers, developers, DevOps team, every other team under the development team. He is an BA or PO, product owner. So client will be giving the requirement, client will be giving the requirement to the BA will be giving the requirement to the development team. If you have any clarification, we will be reaching out to the BA, he will go to the client and will check that clarification. If client needs anything, he will come back to the BA will come back to the development team about the status. Again, you will go back to us and inform to the client. So he acts as an intermediate between the client and the development team. You can also directly reach out to the client as well. That is what I said. Customer collaboration will be very high. We can also directly reach out to the client, but there is some specific role who is acting as an intermediate between the client and the development. Who is acting as an intermediate between the client and the development. If you want to interact with the client, just inform to the BA. He will set up one call with the client, and we can interact in the same call. So everyone here even client is also a part of a Scrum team. Even client is also a part of a Scrum team. Then what is the role of Scrum Master? Then what is the role of Scrum Master? So Scrum Master is the guy who acts as a main role main role for facilitating and following the agile process and makes the team to follow the agile process. Scrum Master is the main role who is responsible for maintaining the team, or I can say he act as a manager as well. He act as a manager to the team. He act as a manager for the Scrum team. Who's the manager for the Scrum team? He would have done some Agile certification. Then only he will be appointed as a Scrum Master. Without Agile certification, no one will be appointed as a Scrum Master. He should know, like, see, Agile is not a limited topic. Like, we are seeing a limited session only in Agile, but Agile is a huge topic. Again, if you want to learn Agile, even we can learn for 6 months as well. It is a huge topic. Each and look and corner, we need to know what is Agile, how we are going to follow the Agile, the proper thing we need to learn. That is why we have the Agile certification and all. If you have done that, you will be appointed as a Scrum Master as well. And again, he is responsible. He or she are responsible. Maybe he or she are responsible for making the developers or testers or DevOps guys to complete their task before the given time frame. To complete their task before the given time frame. Because he is answerable. If he are not completing within a given time frame, he is responsible and he is answerable for their management. Scrum Masters have their own managers, right? They will be asking to the Scrum Master why you are not completing within a time frame, what the work you are doing, why you are not following the developers testers, why are they not completing within a given time frame. And Scrum Master will be coming to you. They will be asking why you are not completing within the completed time frame. You need to give a valuable answer. If it is acceptable, they will accept. If it is not acceptable, definitely they will raise an escalation again. If you are wantedly delaying or if you are not interested in the work, definitely they will do the escalation. And what the other guys, developers, as we know, they will develop the application. Developers will develop the application, as we know, testers will test the application. DevOps stage will deploy the application. Automates the it's complete. Okay, this is what the Scrum Master and the product owner focus. So what is the advantages I can say here? Because of following the Scrum, the quality can be ensured because each and every sprint will be tested multiple times. Each and every features will be tested multiple times. And we can accept the requirement any time or any level in the middle of a phase, as I said in Agile. And here we have different ceremonies as well. Meetings. I will come back to the meeting. Next I'm going to take about the meeting. Here we have different meetings as well. And like we are maintaining the customer satisfaction. So we can avoid the delivery risk of the project as well. So we won't cross the given time frame. If client asks you to, if client, for example, if Amazon giving this feature and they ask you to complete within a 2 months of time frame, we need to complete within a 2 months of time frame. We should not delay them. If you are delaying, you should have a valid feedback. Why it has been delayed? You should have a valid reason why it has been delayed, where it has been blocked, why we cannot complete it within a complete given time frame, and everything. If you have a valid reason, client may accept. If you are not having a valid reason, definitely they won't accept. We might miss the future projects. We might miss the future projects from the Amazon to our company. So everyone will focus upon time frame, and we need to highly focus upon quality as well. We need to highly focus upon quality, and because of this Agile Scrum process, it really saves the time and the cost of the project as well. It really saves the time and cost of the project. How it is saving the time? In waterfall, you cannot accept any new changes in the middle of the phase. You need to wait. Again, time waste. You need to spend one more requirement. You need to spend one more agreement again in order to include some new like feature. That is a cost waste. And because in Agile, we are saving the time as well as the cost as well. That is the reason we are moving into agile process. So here, what is mean by? So there are some terminologies. First, I will explain the terminologies in agile. Then only we'll understand what is sprint, what is product backlog, everything we'll understand. So sprint, there is one terminology called, I will put as Scrum terminologies. Scrum terminologies. Okay, so once we get a requirement, right? Once we get a requirement, please 1 minute. Okay. So first, once we get the requirement, who collects all the requirement? This product owner will collect the requirement. This product owner will collect the requirement from the customer, and he will store all the requirement. He will store all the requirement in the backlog called product backlog, which means all the requirement first will be given in the product backlog, or first will be stored in the product backlog, which contains all the requirements. This product backlog contains all the requirements. Okay. First, we will be getting the requirement in the form of epic. They will call as epic. Epic means I can say it is a bulk requirement. Epic means I can say it is a bulk requirement. So we will be getting in the form of bulk requirement. It is an, I can say it is a high level requirement, or I can say it is a high level requirement. You can say either it is a bulk requirement, or you can say it is a high level requirement. For example, let's take this Amazon. What client will say, right, to the product owner, see product owner, I need one login site. This is how it should look like. And it should have all the functionalities like email, mobile number, and password field, and continue button, like this on like create on Amazon, conditions of use, privacy notice, help. These are my requirement. Everything should be included. So this is called bulk requirement. This is called epic. This is called epic. It is on a high level requirement. I can say it is an epic. From this epic, we will break this epic. Then there is one term called user story. User story means we are breaking the features, or we are breaking the bulk requirement. We are breaking the bulk requirement. We are breaking the bulk requirement and converting into small features or user stories. Small features or user stories, which means this is my bulk requirement. I will split into multiple user stories. User stories means for developing Amazon.in, I will create a user story. For sign in on this continue feature, I will create one user story. For building this feature, I will create one user story. Need help, one user story. New to Amazon, create an account, one user story. Conditions of privacy notice, I will create one user story. I am splitting the bulk requirement into small user stories. That is called user stories. I am splitting the epic, or I am breaking the epic, or I am breaking the bulk requirement into small feature, which is I can say it is called user story. This I can say it is called user story. So first, all the requirement will be in the product backlog, which consists of epic. Epic is nothing but this a bulk requirement. From epic, you will break that epic into small features or small user stories. That is called user story. Guys, any doubt in epic and user story? If not, say I will repeat again. Let's quickly confirm. We don't have time. Guys, others. Okay. So this is called user story. Then there is one terminology called sprint. sprint, or we can also say it is an iteration as well. Sprint, we can say, or we can say this as a iteration as well. Is nothing but it is a period of time to period or time in order to complete the user story. The time in order to complete the user stories, which is given by the product owner and the team, which is given by the product owner and the team. Product owner will give some user stories in order to complete. So sprint is nothing but this a period of time in order to complete the user stories which was assigned by the Scrum Master as well as the product owner. So maybe maximum we have like 2 to 4 weeks of sprint. Some companies may follow 2 weeks sprint. Some companies may follow 4 weeks sprint. Depends upon your project. I cannot assume like it is of 2 weeks sprint only. I cannot assume it is of 4 weeks of sprint only. Depends upon your project, depends upon your requirement, but maximum of minimum of 2 and maximum of 4. 2 weeks, which means 10 working days. 2 weeks, which means 10 working days, which means like you have in 2 weeks you have 4 off, and again Saturday, Sunday is off, so 14 days. So 4 days will be cut off. So only the 10 days, the 10 working days, it's called 2 weeks sprint. So within a 10 days, we need to complete the development, we need to complete the testing, as well as we need to deploy to the higher environment. We need to deploy to the other environment. Everything should be happen within this 10 days. Within this 10 days. Then there is one term called sprint backlog. There is one term called sprint backlog. There is one product backlog and sprint backlog. See, there was a product backlog. Product backlogs will contains all the requirement, but sprint backlog will contain the list of committed or assigned user stories. Assigned stories in a specific sprint. For example, for developing this login functionality, it is taking me 2 months. It is taking 2 months for me. So which means 4 weeks of sprint. 1 month, like we are following 2 weeks sprint, right? Up for a 1 month, we are following then 2 sprint. Correct. Then for a 2 months, we are following 4 sprint actually. 4 sprint we are in order to complete this particular feature alone, we are taking 4 sprint. So with the first sprint, I am taking in order to develop the Amazon.in logo and this functionality alone. In the second sprint, I am taking this feature. The third sprint, I am taking this feature. In the fourth sprint, I am taking this feature. So, which are the user story which you are going to work on the current sprint will be moved to the sprint backlog. What are the user story which you are going to work on the current sprint will be moved to the sprint backlog. Rest all stories will be stayed back in the product backlog itself. In the next sprint, if you are working on that story, then you can move that story to the sprint backlog, then you can start working on it. So that is called sprint backlog. That is called sprint backlog. Now let's come to the ceremonies. What are the meetings which we have? First meeting is sprint grooming meeting. I can say it is meetings, or sometimes they will call as ceremonies as well. Both are same, don't get confused. Maybe ceremonies and meetings in real level may be a different, but in Scrum process it is same. So ceremonies and meetings. Sometimes what are the sprint ceremonies you will have? I mean, like they will ask, or sometimes they will ask what are the meetings you will have. That will also they will ask. So first meeting is sprint grooming meeting. First meeting is sprint grooming, or I can also say it is a backlog grooming as well. Once we will get an epic, once we get an epic, here the product owner will explain the requirement. Product owner will explain the requirement which we get from the customer, which we get from the client, to the development team, and identify the complexities, how much complex it is, how much time it will take. Everything will be decided and this complexity. And here we will split the epic into user story. Here, where in this meeting only we are breaking up the epic into the user stories. We are splitting up the epic bulk requirement into the small features, and we will assign the story points. Main thing is we will assign the story points to the user stories. Then what is mean by story points? I will come back to what is mean by story points. So before coming to story points, once after assigning the story points, all the user stories will be moved to all the user stories will be moved to the product backlog. All the user stories will be moved to the product backlog. Okay. So what is mean by story points? Story points is nothing but in order to estimate the effort or complexity of the user story. Estimate the effort or the complexity of the user story. So how much complex the user story is, how much complex the user story is. Like for example, see, for developing this Amazon logo, it is not that much complex. It is not that much complex in order to develop this Amazon logo. But in order to develop this sign-in functionality, when compared to developing logo, it is somewhat difficult in order to develop the sign-in functionality because we have different internal work in order to implement this. If you put the email correct, it should work. If you put the wrong email, it should not work. If you put the correct mobile, it should work. If you put the wrong email, it should not work. Again, we have different combinations, the valid input, the invalid password, valid email, invalid password, invalid email, valid password. We have a number of combinations for this development. Again, when compared to developing this logo, it is somewhat complex. So that complexity will be given as a story points. How they will assign the story points? Some interview they might ask on what basis you are assigning the story points. We need to say we are following the poker card technique. We are following the poker card technique. Poker card technique. Poker card means see here. The poker card testing in order to for estimating and most widely used effort in order to relative size of the user story. In order to make the size of a user story, here we will be assigning the user story points. We will be following the Fibonacci series numbers. We will be following the Fibonacci series number, maybe 0, 0.5, like 1, 3, like 1, 2, 3, and 5. So based upon that, maximum some projects minimum point is 1 and maximum is 5, which means 1 means I will come back what is mean by 1 and all. Let's see. I will take one example site. I'm estimating Amazon US user story estimation. This is my name. See here, it is following the Fibonacci series number 0, 1, 2, 3, 5 and all. I'm just creating this name. The display name is maybe I am the product owner. I will just log in into this URL and I will ask you to join this meeting as well. I will ask the team members in the grooming meeting in order to join this meeting. So the BA will be or the product owner give this will give the link to the development team and ask us to estimate. See what she will do. One minute. Guys, if possible, join in this link. I just share the link. If possible, click and give your name and join in this meeting, in this poker pack game. So that I can see whoever joined here. So I'll just see the name. If possible, join. At least two or three people join so that I can showcase the demo. Okay. Don't vote. I'll just say later. Okay. So, okay. So now I am a product owner. I'm just asking the development team as well as the testing team as well as the other DevOps people as well for developing this Amazon.in. Again, DevOps people, we are no like work on this. Developers and testers will be involving. They will ask the developers and the testers to vote for developing this Amazon.in. What do you think? How much points you can give? For example, minimum is 1 and maximum is 5. 1 means 2 days. 1 point means 2 days. 5 point is 10 days, which is one sprint. Right? Our sprint is of 2 weeks, which is 10 working days. 1 point which denotes 2 days, so 2 working days. 5 points mean 10 days. If you are assigning 1 point, you need to take 2 days. If you are assigning 1 point, you need to take at least 2 days in order to complete both development as well as testing. Not only development, both the development has been testing and should be completed within this given time frame. Now, as a product owner, I'm just asking to the development team, guys, for developing the Amazon logo, how much point you are thinking, how much complexity it will be. Guys, again, I'm saying you should vote 1, 2, 3, 5. Don't vote 8, 3, 20, 40, 100 and all. Within this, like you can say, that is your suggestion for developing this feature. 1 is minimum and 5 is maximum. 5 is a complex enough. So what do you think? Just start voting. Just start voting. As a product owner, I'm asking you to start voting. Guys, you just start voting. Okay, others. Don't see. I just no one will see. So no one can see others vote because, like, even if you're working as a team, you and your team colleague, right? You're nothing like you don't know nothing about the requirement. You're not understanding the requirement. Just you can copy your team colleague vote and do, right? So that is not recommended. Everyone individual contribution should be there. So no one should not see the other's point. Okay. Now, after everyone voting, right, BA will be clicking on this show button. BA will be clicking on this show button. So we can see like what are the people voted 2, Marshall 2, and Sharanya 3. Okay. So now as a product owner or a BA, I'll be asking why you guys voted 2 or why you guys voted 3. So here maximum majorities goes to 2. That means that user story will be assigned as a 2 point. But BA will be asking Sharanya why you have voted 3. So if Sharanya gives the valid feedback or valid suggestion, and we will be debating with the other peoples whoever voted 2. Finally, if everyone agrees with the 3, we will be assigning a 3 point. Or if no one agrees with the 3, if Sharanya also convinced with the 2 points, finally BA as a product owner, I will assign the 2 points to that particular user story. Again, after discussion only this user story points will be decided. After discussion, after everyone's approval only this user story will be decided. If Sharanya does not approve this 2-pointer user story, definitely as a BA, I won't also accept. If everyone should be convinced. We need to have a debate with the other developers and testers as well. We need to convince them. We need to like see what we need to give. What is what is the which means what is the limitations or what is the I am feeling in order to complete in order to within a given time. If we are any limitations or if we are feeling some requirement is not that much clear, or if you have any gap in order to build this, or if you don't understand the requirement, or if you not understand the functionality, just give the valuable feedback on why it is taking that much of time, 6 days in order to complete everything. We need to discuss in this meeting, and finally upon convincing everyone has been convinced with the 2 point. BA as a BA, I will mark this user story as a 2 point. This is how poker card game will be happening in the poker card game will be happening in this story. So once it has been assigned, it will be moved to the product backlog. Once it has been assigned, it will move to the product backlog. So which tool we are following, right? So if someone asks you what is the project management tool you are following, just to say we have many tools like Agile, we have Jira, we have Rally, we have Test Trail. Like this, we have a number of tools, and again, most used tool is Jira. So I have also in order given started a free trial for the Jira in order to showcase you. 1 minute, I'll just ready this board. You don't need to worry about how to create this board and all. So once you join as a team, they will be giving you the credentials for this Jira. You need to log in every day. You need to go and log in every day. Once you come back to once you logs in daily, first thing you need to check your mail. Second thing you need to check your Jira board. If any task has been assigned in Jira board only, they will assign you the task. So you need to first check the email, the Outlook which you have given, and also the first thing you need to check is your Jira board. So 1 minute, I'll just get ready with this board. So this is the Scrum Master work. I will just ready. You don't need to bother. 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. I'll just ready this board. Okay. So this is how your Jira board will look like, your project board look like. And again, I'm not guaranteeing that the product backlog, sprint backlog terms and all the same name it will be. Some projects they will ask different names. Some projects they have different names, but this is the core. Everyone will understand by this. So in your project, it might differ. The product backlog they will be having as a backlog alone. Sprint backlog, some people will not show in this board itself. Like a different thing, they will instead of completed, we can have done and all. We have completed and done is both are same. Like some projects may have done, some projects may have completed. So it is depends upon the project. Don't need to worry about this. First of all, I'm just creating one user story. See here, the issue type we have task. If you are creating a task, you need to create a task. If you are as a tester, if you are creating a bug, you need to select a bug. See here, epic, the bulk requirement. User story, after splitting up the user story, will be moved to the user story. For example, Amazon logo development. Like this, I'm just giving the user story and create So I'm as a Scrum Master, I'm creating one sprint. Maybe the sprint name is 81. I'm just going to start a sprint. See here, duration of a sprint, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So minimum 2 weeks I'm just selecting. And what is your start date? Now I'm just starting from now. So your sprint starts. First of all the requirement will be in the, all the requirements will be in this product backlog. 1 minute, I'll create multiple user story. For example, Amazon login functionality. Amazon login functionality. Create. And create one more user story. Maybe this user story name is need help functionality. Need help functionality. Again, I will attach to the sprint one which we have created. This sprint. So in this sprint grooming meeting, after splitting up the epic into user stories, all the user stories will be there in the product backlog. Here, if you click on this, see here, we can assign to the other team members. I can assign to the people whoever in this particular team, either to the developers or the testers. Here, if you click on assign, it will be listing out all the team members, whoever is available. See, as of now, I'm only the team member. I have not created any team. See here, it has been assigned to me. Assignee is Satish. And again, the user story points we will be giving out over here. 1 minute. See here, there is called story points. I'm just assigning 2 story points for this. Okay. As a product owner, as an assign the user story points, and all the user stories will be moved to this product backlog. Then in the sprint, then the next meeting is sprint planning meeting. So the second meeting will happen is sprint planning meeting. And again, in this grooming meeting, who all the involvers who will be in this meeting is either BA or product owner, development team, testing team. Not the Scrum Master and all will not be involving, and duration maybe it will take around 2 to 3 hours for this meeting. Some like in my project and all, it will go for more than 4 hours and all, but my minimum duration is 2 to 3 hours. Okay. Then what is sprint planning meeting? So which are the user story? Which are the user stories going to work on the current sprint? The first sprint. Current sprint. That user story alone will be in the sprint planning meeting. For example, in the first sprint, I'm just planning to work on this logo and login functionality alone. So what I will do, I will move that user story alone to the sprint backlog. This I will go for the next sprint. In sprint 2, I will work this needle. But as of now, I'm working on this Amazon logo development and login functionality alone. As of now, I'm working on Amazon logo development and login functionality alone. So which are the user story which are going to work on the current sprint will be moved to the sprint backlog. Then who decides? Why cannot I develop the needle first? Why I need to develop the login and logo and all? Who decides this? And I first itself I have said product owner will be deciding which is the priority based upon interacting with the client, because see here, need help and all, it is not that much important when compared to developing this login functionality. When compared to logo, need help is not that much important. After completing this, we can go for need help. So based upon that, client and product owner and the developers will be prioritizing which can be developers, which can be developed later. Based upon that, Scrum Master will be moving this. So in this meeting, Scrum Master will be involving, again developers will be involving, testers will be involving, again we will be involving as a DevOps people, we will also involve. If you are creating any task under your name, you can assign and it will be moved to the sprint backlog. If you are optimizing the AWS performance or if you are working on any AWS tool, you can create a user story. After informing to the Scrum Master, see Scrum Master, I'm going to work on this optimizing this EC2 instance, so that please give me or create my user story. So Scrum Master will be creating a user story and giving you the assigning your name, and you can move to the sprint backlog. So this meeting will take around Duration around 1 to 1.5 hours it will take. So this meeting will be taking around 1 to 1.5 hours. And mainly this will occur at the first day of sprint. For example, tomorrow is my sprint start. Tomorrow this meeting will occur. The day one, the first day of sprint start, this meeting will occur. The first day of sprint start, this meeting will occur. So now everyone sprint planning meeting has been done. So what I am doing, I'm going to start working on this. So I will move to the in progress. As a developer, I'm going to work on this logo development. As a DevOps guy, I'm going to do some optimizing work. I will also move to the in progress. So everyone, if there are 10 people in your team, everyone will move to the sprint in progress in the day one itself. After the sprint planning meeting, they will start working on it. So they will move to the in progress. If they started working on it, they will move to the in progress. Okay. So then we have a daily stand-up. Then we have a daily stand-up meeting. Then we have a daily stand-up meeting where we will be discussing what is the task working on today, what is the task working on or worked on yesterday, what is the task working today, and any blockers I need to update. This call will be daily, it will be occurring maybe based upon your client time. It will take around 15 to 30 minutes, not more than that. It is 15 to 30 minutes. It is a stand-up update. You are coming and updating. Like, for example, if I am updating, see, like yesterday, I have been working this particular Amazon logo functionality. It is currently in progress and I don't have any blockers. That's all. This is my update. Within 10 seconds, I will give my update and I will go on mute. So every team members in that meeting will need to give an update. So if you have any blockers, for example, like, hi, I'm working on this Amazon logo functionality, but I don't have a clear understanding about this logo. I don't have a clear design how the logo should look like. So it has been a blocker for me because without the design document, I cannot develop the login functionality. So can someone help in order to get the design document? Until it is a blocker for me, I cannot move forward. So this is a blocker. So immediately Scrum Master will come into the action. Like, he will be unblocking you, or he will be immediately go to the BA and he will be requesting the design document, and he will help you with the requirement. That is the Scrum Master role. You need to update to the Scrum Master. These updates and all I'm not giving to the team and all. I'm giving to the Scrum Master. Today what I'm working on, yesterday what I work, or any blockers, everyone in the team member should give an update to the Scrum Master on a daily basis. Daily 15 to 30 minutes you'll have a daily stand-up. Like, it may be like once in a day, or some team, right? To, like, once you log in, we have a stand-up. While you logging off, before the log off, we have a stand-up. So like twice in a day also we can have. So depends upon your project. But most of the thing, the concept is have to have at least one stand-up daily. We need to get an update what the developer is doing, what is the tester is doing on, what is the DevOps people is doing on, or anyone is sitting idle without any work, or what, like, everyone is currently going in a current progress. So Scrum Master is tracking whether we are working on the progress or not, whether we are completing as per the estimated time frame or not, so that we have a daily standard. Okay, so now developer has been done, he will move to the code review. Code review means we have developed the code, right? That code will be reviewed by the senior developers, whether they have driven or not. Then it will be moved to the QAQ. QAQ means the testers will know, right? The pending stories for testing, developer has been completed. You just start the testing. Then testers will move to the in test. The other tester will move to the in test. Then once the testing has been completed, it will be moved to the completed column. Here, the DevOps will take the charge. We should be responsible for taking all the release notes. We need to prepare all the release notes. We need to prepare this user story which has been completed in the current sprint for release. So release activities we need to perform, or with the deployment activities and all we need to perform. Once everything has been done, we need to move to the done state. Now, while at the last day of sprint, no user story should be there from sprint backlog to the completed column. It should not be anything pending in this user story. If again this sprint is over, the first sprint is over, then we will be having a retrospective meeting. Then we will be having a retrospective meeting. So what is mean by retrospective? Here, after the sprint gets over, we have this meeting and Scrum Master will conduct this meeting in order to discuss what went well in the previous sprint, what well went in the previous sprint, what are the challenges we faced, what well went in the previous sprint, what are the challenges we faced in the previous sprint. So if you want to give any feedbacks or any suggestions in order to overcome in next sprint, or you can give any appreciations to any your team members as well, anything you can say out, you can raise a voice over here. Or like, for example, you can say that the development team as well as a DevOps people, right? So development is completing at the 8th day or the 9th day. So it is very tough for us to like complete the release activities within one day. The remaining one day, I cannot give a complete the release activities at all. So I request the development team in order to complete the development before the earliest stage, so that the testing team will do the proper testing and they will give back to the DevOps team, so that we can save the time and we can give the high quality software. So this is my suggestion. I'm not ordering and all. So this is our suggestion. Like the Scrum Master will request the development team in order to complete before the 6th day or the 7th day, so that if they are following, so in the next sprint you can give an appreciation. Like I have given the earlier, I have given a suggestion that development team is completing the development at the 9th day or 8th day. After in the previous retrospective meeting, I have given some like I have raised out a voice here. Now the development team has been improved. They started giving at the 7th day itself. I can appreciate the development team. Like this, you can appreciate, or can you give me any suggestion? You can give a feedback in order to overcome in the next sprint. This is what the retrospective meeting. Again, everyone in the team will be involving in this meeting. Everyone in the team will be involving in this meeting. In this stand-up, maybe client also will be joining in this meeting. Sometimes client also will be joining in the daily stand-up, so that they can understand what is happening in the team on a daily basis. They can also understand whether the work is going progress or not. So that is why I said the client will be closely working with us together. There is no restriction, like client should not join the daily stand-up and all. Anytime they might come into that meeting. Like we will be speaking on a team basis. So suddenly the client would have been joining the meeting. Immediately we need to give an interaction with the client regarding the updates as well again. And once after the sprint over, we have a review meeting. See, after the sprint over, we have the review meeting where we need to showcase the demo to the client. Showcase the demo to the client, which we have done in the earlier sprint. The previous sprint, we would have done the user stories and developed, right? That we need to showcase the demo to the client. The BA will be showcasing, the product owner will be showcasing, or the testing team will be showcasing the demo to the client, that these are the user story which we have worked in the sprint one, and this is how it will look like. We have a meeting, the review meeting. Not only your team, every teams will be involving. For example, if Ford has given the project to CTS, TCS, Concentric, some other projects as well. So every other development team and the testing team will be involving and showcasing their sprint works in this review meeting. Not only the CTS will be involving. The Ford, for example, Amazon would have been given this login feature to CTS. The search functionality, the mobile search functionality to the TCS. And this returns and orders functionality to the any other Concentrix company. So every other company will be involving in this review meeting, so that we come to know, okay, like this has been done in the earlier sprint, and everyone can see what is happening in that overall Amazon like website, so that we can understand, oh, okay, what are the other teams also working on, so we can know like that. So this is how the sprint review meeting will happen. So these are the like agile activities we'll be performing. These are the agile activities we'll be performing. And final, before moving into the like this is the last thing, and I will say the disadvantages. Till now, we are seeing like the greatness about the agile only. There are some disadvantages as well in agile. There are some disadvantages in Agile. So disadvantages, as it said, less focus on documentation. That is maybe advantages as well as disadvantages, because if you don't have a proper documentation, so like again we might miss something. We cannot document the proper. In future, if you want to refer, there is no documentation in order to refer. And again, if the product owner is not clear, about the requirement, the entire progress may go out of track. Because we are believing the product owner about the requirement, and we are working based upon the product owner requirement only. We are not the requirement we are not getting from the client. We are getting from the product owner. Client giving to the product owner, product giving to the development team. So we are relying blindly on the product owner requirement. If he is not understanding, or if he on his own thoughts, if he thinks, okay, this is what client requirement, he might misunderstood the client requirement. He will directly give to the development team. At that time, the entire progress may go out of track. So these are some disadvantages. And in Agile, it is iterative, which means like again fastest development, but not that much on operational activities, which means DevOps activities. It is not that much of focus in Agile. But the final I'm going to say today is DevOps. As I said, it is development plus operation. Here, this DevOps is not a tool, or DevOps is not something to learn and all. DevOps itself is a process or methodology. Under the SDLC, DevOps is also one of the methodology, like how waterfall and how Agile or spiral or V model or incremental or some other methodology. DevOps is also a methodology which includes Agile process as well, and infrastructure as management, and also the fastest delivery, which means infrastructure. It means the whole AWS with the DevOps process. It includes Agile process. What are the things which you are following? That is also we are following. And as well as we are following infrastructure as management, and it is also focused upon fastest delivery to the customer with the high quality as well. That is why everyone are moving into DevOps process. In DevOps itself, we will follow the same thing which we are given. This is Agile, then Jira board, everything will follow, but including the complete DevOps process will be following, including the complete DevOps process we will be follow in order to move into the fastest delivery to the customer. And the high quality, the product quality will be very high, because it will go n number of testing. From starting end-to-end automation, we are going to perform. In this DevOps, we are going to do some end-to-end automation. Maybe waterfall and Agile is something kind of manual, but DevOps is something it is called automation. Here, once development gives the code, automatically it will trigger the job. Automatically it will start the build. Immediately it will start the testing. It will itself will automatically deploy to the customer. That is what we are learning. And we are learning again, and we are going to continue the same for the next few months as well. And this is what we need to understand before starting the DevOps process. So that's why I came into the class again. So guys, any doubts until now? Okay, any doubts? Ask. Let's continue later. Guys, any doubt? Let's quickly confirm. Any doubt? If you don't have any doubts, let's continue. Let's close this session. And again, please follow the same time tomorrow. Whoever is on 7:30 batch, just join 7:30 batch. Whoever is on 3 p.m., just join the 3 p.m. batch. We will be continuing the AWS for the next few days, and in a couple of days we'll start the DevOps. So that is why I came into the picture, and I have started given the basic support before starting the DevOps. Okay. Okay, guys, thanks, and thank you for time in weekend as well. And let's connect later.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, I will share the notes as well, and I will share the video, and again, videos of will take around 1 hour 45 minutes. It will take some time to render. Maybe tonight I will share, or tomorrow I will share. Notes I will share immediately.
Hello.
Yes.
So yesterday.
Yeah, no,
videos
yeah,
and-
I'm just working on it. Please give some time. I'll just check on it.
Okay. Tomorrow is the 7:30, right? Morning.
Yeah, same time you can check.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.